Welcome back to Your Average Witch, where the first Tuesday of the month we meet a new witch and talk about witch life, witch stories, and sometimes a little witchcraft. This episode, I'm talking with Rachel of Desert Roots Apothecary. We talked about tarot, the kindness of women in public bathrooms, and crafted a spell to help us keep our resolutions for the new year. Now let's get to the stories. Rachel, hello, welcome to the show.
Hi, Kim. Thanks for having me.
Can you please introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are and what you do and where they can find you?
Yes, absolutely. So obviously my name is Rachel. I am one of the co-owners of Desert Roots Apothecary. We are a little desert-based witchy shop. Right now, we only have an online presence and at markets, and you can find us on our Facebook page, Desert Roots Apothecary, or you can find us on our website, which is desertrootswitches.com.
Cool. Now, I'm assuming you call yourself a witch.
Yes.
Okay. Can you please tell everybody what that means to you and how that word applies to you?
Oh, absolutely. So, witch gets such a negative connotation in the world when, at least in my opinion, I think it's just a spicy word for spiritualism. So, for example, I grew up Catholic and I went to Mass and there was an altar and there was candle lighting and we prayed and there was chanting and there was some ritualistic cannibalism. And now, as an adult, as a witch, I don't go to Mass, obviously, but I have my own altar. I still light my candles for people. I still pray. I still chant. Really, the only difference is the lack of the ritualistic cannibalism in there. So for me, I guess being a witch is just about being myself, connecting to the world in the way that I want to. And yeah, it's just about being authentic to myself, and it's not that much different than the way I grew up. It just has a different word these days. And I like that.
And not being a cannibal.
Exactly.
Good job. Me too. Can you share anything about your magical practice? Do you have any regular little things that you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am very much an independent witch. Like, my sister and I run the shop together. However, we don't really have like a little coven where I'm at least more of an individual practitioner. I always say, it's a joke, like, I'm an individual witch who doesn't need a deity. However, sometimes they kind of find you. And I do have Belinus around here hanging out, and he's a buddy, but I wouldn't call him my deity necessarily. He's really just a friend at this point who I have lots of conversations with. But yeah, he's the Celtic sun god. If you don't know, he's pretty cool. But like I said, he's not really my deity. He hangs around though, and I like him. He's good company. I'm very into moon magic and tarot, and just on the daily basis, I have a specific necklace that I wear that I feel very connected to, and I carry crystals in my bra. That one I got from my sister. But yeah, I just try to do it. I try to make it a daily thing. It's not anything super fancy for me. It's just how I live my life on the daily basis.
How do you choose the crystals?
It depends on what I need them for. I always have a piece of selenite specifically in my bra because this is one that we chose together when we first decided we were going to go full out and do the shop, because it really helps promote getting what you're trying to do. It helps to help you achieve your goals. So we each have a massive matching piece of the selenite that we carry. And then I also, whatever I need on the daily basis, I will shove in there.
What's the most uncomfortable one you've chosen?
Oh my gosh. It was very pokey. It was a piece of celestite, and it was like a druzy style. So it was very, very sharp and uncomfortable.
But I bet it was super pretty.
It was very pretty. I mean, for me at least, I can just look down. I'm like, oh, pretty rocks.
I can't imagine doing that.
It's fun. You go jingle jingle.
It just mainly because I started wearing a sports bra and I don't know how that would work. So I do have that big pocket in the middle, so maybe.
It just more room for more crystals.
What or who gave you the best advice you've ever gotten?
So a few years ago, like 11, 12, 13, 14 years ago, my grandpa told me that I was being a fool for not being true to myself and being my most authentic self, which doesn't sound like a lot, but he'd been dead for like 10, 11 years at that point and came to me through a tarot reading using an inside joke that we had when he was alive, and kind of just read me the riot act about not being myself. And that really kind of helped me get on the right path to being myself.
Good job, Granddad, on being a good ancestor.
He really, really was. It was
That's cool.
It was really cool. It was also a little jarring at the moment because I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't being myself. I wasn't being a witch at that point. And he just kind of came in and was like, you know what? You need to figure yourself out.
That's cool.
It was very cool.
What would you say is the biggest struggle in your practice?
Oh, these days it's finding time to do anything. So obviously I have my day job and we have the shop, and my husband and I are currently talking about moving. So there's also planning that out. And between all of that, it's just really hard to find time to do things for myself and for my personal practice, and not necessarily do things just for the shop. And so that's been my biggest struggle, is just finding time to be.
Have you found anything that helps?
Not really. I'm a very anxious person. I'm a very anxious, high-strung person. So I get to the point where, no, you know what helps? It really helps if I just ignore a problem until it either goes away or until it's at the very last second and I have to deal with it.
That's also how I deal with life generally. So
it's a tried and true method, I feel.
Yeah. We're here. Look, we did it.
Exactly. It got done eventually, right?
I mean, usually, sometimes. I'm not in jail.
Exactly. If I didn't find time to do it, was it really that important?
Exactly. Yes. Okay, so now we're moving into Taurus land. Tell me about your favorite meal. What did you have? Why is it your favorite? Who was there? And why did you end up eating it at that moment?
Oh, okay. So I feel like you're going to enjoy this. So best meal I've ever had. I don't even know if it was about the food. I know the food was good because Evelyn made it, but it was good because it was the first time we had seen each other in like 18 months at that point, and we decided that we were going to put together a Fallout themed dinner. And we had like Blamco mac and cheese, and we made like little stim pack drinks to drink, and we just went all out with like full nerd mode, doing a Fallout themed dinner for like the first time we actually got to see each other and spend time with each other in 18 months, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was so much fun.
I love a nerd themed food time.
It's so fun.
Hit me with a Hobbit party. Hello.
Yes, I threw my husband a Hobbit themed birthday party last year. It was so much fun. It was so good. And we made all the non-nerd family members participate in the nerd trivia, and they were very confused. It was great.
What's something you wish was discussed more in the witch community?
Okay, so I guess not something necessarily that needs discussed more in the witch community, but I think the witch community needs discussed more in general in the mundane community, so that it's less of a weird thing when it is brought up. Like, it needs to be normalized. We need to normalize it so people don't look at us like we have three heads if we mention a deity or mention our crystals. Like, we just got to normalize it, I think.
I am going to start working with someone on something very soon. And I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about it like when I go to the gym. But then they're going to say, oh, yeah, what is that? And then I'm going to have to explain it. And it's a witch thing, and I don't want to.
Yeah, that's always the fun part.
Like this podcast, yeah, because I almost mentioned it to my coach, my training coach this morning. How, yeah, I have to go home and get ready for this interview for my podcast. And then the old, oh, what's your podcast? And then you say the name of it, and they're like, huh.
It's sometimes, though, it's surprising if you mention it to someone you think is part of the mundane world, and they'll hit you with the, oh yeah, I get it, I practice. Sometimes they can surprise you with it, though.
That has not happened to me yet. I'm
really
waiting. I'm hoping.
Oh no,
it will soon.
Oh wow. I'm so sorry. I hope that happens to you very soon.
It would help if I actually went out in public, but
who wants to go out in public?
Don't do that.
Who wants to go out in public? It's not fun.
Not I.
People, yuck.
Exactly. Except for the people listening to this right now.
Exactly. They're the exceptions.
Okay, think of the first spell you ever attempted, and then compare it with the most recent one you've performed.
Oh, those days were chaotic. Those days were throw everything in the cauldron and see what happens. It was literally, what herbs can I find that has this specific thing that I need? What crystals can I find that does this thing? Throw it on the cauldron, see what happens. It was so bad. It got to the point where I would throw the leftover spell components in a box and seal it up because I felt bad disposing of it any other way, and it just needed to stay in like the back of my closet. It was very bad. These days, things are a little more refined. It doesn't need every single spell component ever. It just needs intention. Makes a lot more sense now. I mean, the last spell I did was blowing cinnamon through my door for the new year. Simple. Basic. We love it. We love simplicity now.
So no robes?
No robes. Not anymore.
We don't have 17 candles? 3 of them have to be black?
17 candles? No, I think I have more like 23 candles at this point. Not counting shop inventory.
I have a lot of candles, but it's mostly just because I like candles.
Candles are fun. They're pretty, and sometimes they smell really good.
Yeah. What 2 people have had the biggest influence on your practice?
Oh, okay. So remember when I said sometimes you mention being a witch in the mundane world and you're surprised that someone is also a witch?
Yeah.
So I had a coworker, Laura, and we were talking one day. We were joking around, and I mentioned that we were heathens in the way we were talking as a joke. And she stopped and she looked at me and she said, I am a heathen, Rachel. And I looked at her, she goes, I have an altar and everything. And that was the first time I had met someone who just so casually brought up not being like either a Christian or atheist or agnostic or just part of the mainstream mundane belief system. And it made me realize it's like, oh, these people are out there. And this was around the same time as that tarot reading where Grandpa showed up. And so it really kind of helped me realize this isn't as uncommon and weird as people would make it out to be. So she really, really helped with that. And then, of course, my sister, Evelyn, who Love her dearly. We kind of started on our journey at the same time, so it really helped having her there to talk about all the things that we couldn't talk about with anyone else. So definitely Laura and Evelyn.
Do you think, looking back, can you think of times that Evelyn may have been saying things just to see, like to feel you out?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I remember this time we were sitting in her mother-in-law's living room and we're sitting there and we're talking about these metaphysical books. And like, I was like, oh yeah, I got this book from the used bookstore. It's the Metaphysical Handbook. And she looked at me, she goes, really, the Metaphysical Handbook? I go, yeah, it's really cool. It has all this information in it. And she goes, that's really interesting. What does metaphysical mean, Rachel? It was so funny. She was like, come on, get there with me. It was so good. It was so much fun.
Do you remember a time when someone was the most kind to you, and will you tell us about it?
So I remember when I was in college and I was going through some relationship issues. And I was in the bathroom bawling my eyes out. It was not fun. And this girl was like, she came in and she went to do something and she like stopped and she looked at me and she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. She goes, you're not okay. And she just like put her arm around me and just like escorted me like out front of the library. And we just like sat down and she's just like, it's okay. Whatever's going on, it's going to be okay. Let it out and do it. And it was just like, it was my first introduction to women supporting women in the bathrooms. And now I always try to be the person doing the supporting in the bathrooms. I try not to cry in public bathrooms anymore, but I try to be the supportive hand in the bathrooms now. And I remember her frequently and I appreciate her so much in my life, helping me get through that, just this random stranger.
I remember a conversation from another podcast that I listened to. I wasn't involved in the conversation. And they said that women are just so nice to each other in public bathrooms. Like, that's when we show up for one another.
It really is. It's such a weird phenomenon, but I love it so much. I love that we can just do that in a public bathroom. Like, I'm sure we do it in other ways too, but there's something about the public restroom.
Okay, here's a surprise question.
Oh boy.
Because we're running really fast. And this part is this little like
I like to talk in cursive.
will
It's
be
very
removed.
fast.
What?
I like to talk in cursive, so it comes out very fast.
Okay, that's my favorite way to phrase that. What brings you the most joy in your practice?
Oh, honestly, I think my absolute favorite thing is doing a tarot pool that is just so painfully accurate to someone who's not expecting it. Like, if someone asks me to do a tarot reading for them and they're kind of skeptical about it, and then the cards come out and it's fully on brand for what's going on in their life, even if I don't know what's going on in their life, and you can kind of like see this switch in their brain, and they're just like, oh, this isn't just this weird thing that she does. This is actually accurate to what I'm doing. I love to see that look on their face, honestly. I love it so much. It makes me very happy.
See, I'm real.
It is real. And the cards are being nice to you. They're not nice to me. They're nice to you.
Well, speaking of cards, what is your favorite tool to use in your practice?
Tarot
It
deck.
doesn't even, so it's tarot.
It's tarot. It is 100% tarot. It is, I mean, I have probably a solid 24 tarot decks. I only ever use like 1 or 2 of them, but I love tarot so much. I feel very in my element when I'm doing it. I feel like I can get good information out of it, and I feel like Belinus will help me with it.
Do you have a favorite deck that you'll recommend?
Oh, absolutely, I do. It is the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot Deck by Matt Hughes. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. I recommend it to everybody. I'm probably a little bit biased because it's my personal favorite, but this deck is the best. Highly recommend.
Who do you think I should have on the show after experiencing this?
Honestly, I'm super, super excited to hear Evelyn's interview. I cannot wait to hear what she has to say, because I might know her better than anyone else, but that doesn't mean I know every single thing and what she'll say during an interview. So I cannot wait to hear that. And I was listening to your past episodes, and I like whenever you have like an everyday casual witch, I love it so much. I love all of your episodes, but like I really love like the more everyday casual witches. I love it.
Is there anything else you want to bring up? Any business stuff coming up? Any events you'll be at?
So we have a few things coming up. Our shop, by the time this episode drops, should be fully online, so you can order online from us. Yay, finally. And then we will have we are going to 2 different markets in Ridgecrest, one in January, one in February. We go to one a month, so you can always find us there. And we have our calendar up on our website for which events we'll be at. So if you're ever looking for us, you can find out where we'll be on there. And then, of course, we're always looking at like the bigger town events. Like we'll be at Tucson Pride, Ridgecrest Pride. There's a kind of like a Comic-Con thing going on in Ridgecrest in May, I believe, and we will be there also. So you can definitely find us around town. And we cannot wait to have you come and talk to us, because it's always a fun time interacting with people at our booth.
Everybody make sure you go down below and click through to the website to find out where you can find them. Do it right now.
Do it. Do it.
It'll open a separate window, I think.
Heck yeah.
So the last 2 things that I asked are, number 1, please recommend something to the listeners. It doesn't have to be anything to do with witchcraft, just whatever fun thing that you found. What new thing are you telling people about for the new year?
Okay, well, it's not really a new thing, but I think it's a thing that more people need to get into. I have had my annual Dungeons and Dragons resurgence.
Oh my God.
I am currently kind of obsessed, and even though I am super duper busy, I kind of want to start a campaign, because I have time for that, obviously. But I highly recommend Dungeons and Dragons to anyone. It's so much fun.
I have just started to.
Are you starting to play Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, right now my friends and I are doing a Wander Home campaign, but yes.
I love that. Yay. Oh, Dungeons and Dragons is so fun. Oh, I hope you guys are having the best campaign ever.
It's really fun. And I've become obsessed with Dimension 20. Fantasy High is my new life. And I even started playing this old dungeon crawler game that one of my old friends introduced me to. I even started playing that again.
That is amazing. Is it like a video game? Is it like a board game?
It's an online game, but it's all happening in your head. Basically, there's 3 buttons. There's like a travel button, like up, down, left, right.
I've heard about that. I've heard about that game. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Well, the one I play is called Shimlar.
Yes. Oh gosh, I love that.
It's so fun. I mean, it's actually kind of not, but I'm enjoying it.
It's not fun, but in a fun way, right?
Yeah. I can't explain why it's fun. And I was asking my husband, I was like, why am I having such a good time doing this? Because all I'm doing is click attack, or I click fight, and then I click attack or cast. That's it. And sometimes I die and sometimes I don't. And then I get gold, make believe gold for it, and sometimes other stuff. So Why is this fun? And he's like, I don't know, man.
I love that. That's
But
fantastic.
that's my recommendation.
Heck yeah.
Shimlar. Shimlar. Go play it.
Shimlar. Have it written down. I'm definitely checking that out.
Oh, yay. The second thing that I ask people to do is to tell me a story.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Here's a funny story. This kind of goes back to the whole I grew up Catholic and things were kind of witchy then and they're even witchier now. But okay. So I think it was in 4th grade. We were talking in class about like the Catholic resurgence and how everyone was switching from paganism into Judeo-Christian beliefs. And I remember sitting there thinking, if I could, I would be pagan. That sounds so much better. I want to do that. And I think little 9-year-old me would be so happy to find out that that actually ended up being a thing she could do and that she's living her best life doing that right now. I feel like she'd really enjoy that. And around that same time, this is like a weird hodgepodge of stories, I'm sorry, but like they're all like around the same time when I realized like I didn't want to be Catholic, but I really didn't have like a way out of being Catholic at the time. And yes, before you ask, that Catholic guilt complex is still very much alive inside me. So yeah, around that same time, I was with my parents and we were at Calico Ghost Town. It's a little ghost town in Barstow that we would go to at least annually. We used to go camping there for Thanksgiving, but we'd go other times of the year too. And one time, again, around 9 years old, we're visiting and I've always been obsessed with rocks. It should not be that much of a surprise that I sell crystals in a shop now. And we go into the shop and they get me this really beautiful tiger's eye crystal sphere. And I love this thing. I still have this thing. It's on my shelf over there. And it had a little TV rock inclusion. So like if you like put it on top of something, you could kind of read through it. And it was so pretty. It was so beautiful. And I was obsessed with it. And I was sitting there at the table, like, forget about the rest of the town to go through and walk through. I was sitting at the table telling my entire family's fortunes. And we're sitting there and I'm like telling their fortunes, telling this. And my mom goes, hey, can I try? And I looked at her, I go, no, I'm the psycho. Obviously I meant psychic, but 9-year-old me was like, psycho, psychic, totally the same thing.
Yeah.
Totally the same thing. So that's a fun, cherished childhood memory. And little 9-year-old me would be very happy with the path I'm on right now, I think. I'm
bet.
living
so
my authentic
good.
life as a psycho.
That's so good.
It's fun.
Psychos around the world unite.
Exactly.
Also, real quick, let's tell people how we met, sort of. I mean, we're using the term met loosely because we only interacted for like
you were like our
hours.
saving grace, honestly. Okay.
Oh, well, that's not. This isn't a celebrate me thing. That's not what I was intending.
Well, it was. Well, you were, so it is. Yeah, I'll tell them. So we were at the Witchmas Market outside of Monsoon Mystics back in, was that December or is it November?
I don't have any concept of time.
Same.
Before Christmas.
Yes, it was before Christmas because it was a Witchmas Market. And we were neighboring booths, and Kim was absolutely the most wonderful, helpful booth neighbor in existence, and I am so thankful to her. And I am so glad we got to meet you and that we get to talk to you and that we're friends on Instagram. And I love you and I love your stuff. And I have your cute little, I have that little notebook cover that says witch shit on my normal witchy notebook. And I get compliments on it all the time.
Oh, yay.
But yes, love you. I'm so glad we got to meet you.
I am too, because you guys are so sweet.
You guys are the best, honestly. I'm so glad.
The moral of the story is go to witchy things and talk to people.
Yes, talk to your neighbors.
Even
Don't
if
be
it's
antisocial.
terrifying, it's still good.
Exactly.
That was not meant to, did not intend for it to turn out quite like that, but yay! You guys have such neat stuff.
I'm glad you think so. Because you have super fun stuff too.
Okay, so will you craft a spell with me if our witchcraft ends up being works in a way that will work together?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was just terribly written as it came out of my mouth. Sorry,
where you're going.
Don't listen to anything I say. Okay.
Craft a spell. Yay.
Okay, so I am a dirt witch and I go outside and pick up things off the ground. Often that is how I do it.
Ooh.
Or I go into my studio and just rummage around until I find something that is useful. And usually it's because the thing is like, hey, you know what I can do? And then I'm like, oh yeah, come with me. Come with me, friend.
I love that.
So, I don't know. How do you do it?
I try to keep it pretty minimalistic, kind of craft it based on what I'm going for. So what are we going for here? What are we trying to do with this?
I don't know. It's the new year. Let's make the new year good.
Okay, make the new year good. Or okay, wait. Depending on when this is going to drop, what if we focus on refreshing our resolutions?
Okay. Because this is going out in not this coming Tuesday, but the one after.
Perfect. That's about the time that people start losing track of their resolutions. 2 weeks in.
Yeah. So wake up, everybody. We're back.
We're going to fix it. We're going to refresh them. Make them go.
Remember 2 weeks ago? Remember 2 weeks ago when you were like, my life is going to change? We're reminding you.
Wrote down your resolutions. We're going to need them, guys.
Okay. Let's pretend like I do that. Because I actually don't. But let's pretend I'm going to resolve to continue to go to the gym regularly.
All right. Fair enough. What kind of random ingredients were you able to grab?
Creosote. Because that shit never quits.
Yes. Creosote. Heck yes.
And it smells nice.
Yes.
So
it smells so good.
So that's one thing from me.
All right. I'm going to throw in some chicory to help us unblock obstacles. We ourselves are the obstacles. We need to unblock that.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, and isn't chicory sort of like coffee? I don't know. Sometimes people use it like coffee, and you know what happens when you drink coffee early in the morning? You get moving. You're unblocked.
Exactly.
I don't know if that's what you meant at all, but that's the first thing that I thought of.
All I know about chicory is that it's good for unblocking, and it's really fun to say chicory dickory dock whenever I read the word. So that's my main focus when I hear chicory.
Okay, because I like rocks. What kind of rock?
Wait, I have a list here. We're going for manifestation and unblocking and getting out of here. Let's see here. Okay. Tiger's Eye is good for balance in times of transition. Does that sound good? We have Tiger's Eye.
And I also use it for like pepping things up to like whatever I'm doing that adds more power to it.
Perfect.
Cool. I'm just going to go out in the backyard. And because I live in the desert and there's a bunch of things that are just worn down because it's the sun and sand, if there's something out here, it will last. So I will pick up a pretty, usually the ones I have are like striped sedentary, like. To hear more of the members only episode, head over to crepuscularconjuration.com. The monthly magic tier gets access to the Marco Polo group and the written monthly spells. You also get bonus podcast episodes, coloring pages, guided meditations, spellcrafting videos, printable downloads, and a lot more. There's even free stuff. The Witchy Wonderment tier will give you free samples of everything I just mentioned. You can also visit my shop, Clever Kim's Curios, to get spell boxes, one at a time or by monthly subscription, intentional handcrafted jewelry that I make especially for witches, and handmade altar tools. You can even listen to the full Your Average Witch podcast library, including show notes and transcripts. Check it out at crepuscularconjuration.com. Thanks for listening to this episode of Your Average Witch. You can find us all around the internet on Instagram at Your Average Witch Podcast, at www.youraveragewitch.com, and on your favorite podcast feeder. If you'd like to recommend someone for the podcast, like to be on it yourself, or if you'd like to advertise on the podcast, send an email to youraveragewitchpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next Tuesday.